Today I am taking a look at the Keeping It Together planner from KITLife planner for 2018. Now this planner was sent to me. I actually have met the KITLife girls a number of times now, different meetups. I really like them. They are super awesome. And they wanted me to give them my opinions on the planner. I have many opinions in life, so I figured why the hell not? And I think it's a beautiful thing. It's a little bit different than most of the other planners. At least I've seen the previous one and I really liked it. So I'm going to take a look at this one. They've made a few changes and we'll take a look. Before I get deep into the planner though, I will tell you this is $48 for the planner itself, and they have gold and silver coils. And then you can get these covers that go on, and I'll demonstrate that. And the covers, the extra covers are $7. I'm not sure if the foiled ones are more expensive or not. I didn't get one. And then the planner also comes with a page divider that you just hook in like this into the coil, and it like kind of lifts up above, and on either side of it, it has this plastic pocket that says KITLife, which I think is pretty cool. I have not looked more than like superficially at it, so this will be a bit of a adventure. So the front of it is a little different. Instead of a hard or a laminated cover, they have these kind of coated, I don't know, like a little bit thicker than regular cardstock covers that are just like kind of coated. But then there's this clear plastic overlay that actually protects it, which is pretty cool. So this cover, the Keeping It Together cover, which is the one that is the daily planner, which is the one I have, it's like it stays in. It's like part of the planner. But then I got this, and I think it's called the Vintage Floral cover. And so this is also coated, feels very similar to this cover. It's not laminated, but it's got like a kind of a glossy-ish surface, and it's beautiful. I love this flowery pattern. And then it has like the snipped coils. So what you do is, I'm assuming, is you pop it in on either side onto the coil. Come on, I'm so bad at this shit. I've been doing it like the Erin Condren reverse, like interchangeable covers, and every time I tried to put all my planner pages in to the, I cut my planner pages out in my current planner and put them all in individually, and holy shit, was it a pain in the ass. But once you get it in, then you just sort of pop it in, and it just sort of works its way in. Use your fingers to squish it down. Because it's not laminated, it doesn't have that extra bit of oomph to get it in, but the coating works pretty well. And then once you get it in, it opens and closes, the regular way, and it makes it real pretty on the cover. And then you have your plastic overlay on top to protect it. So we'll open the planner up. I love PS, this like kind of turquoisey situation. It's so pretty. This is Life is More Than a To-Do List, and this is vellum, which I really like, and it lets the blue show through. It's like a blue page underneath it. Our philosophy, right? So then they have this thing talking about their philosophy, their community, all the things. Turn the page again. I love this color scheme, by the way. Their previous color scheme was a lot brighter than this, but this is more muted, and I really, really am liking it so far. They've got the calendar that shows 2018 and 2019 as an ahead of time, and then this is kind of like a perpetual holiday calendar situation, for birthdays or anniversaries. I never wind up using pages like this. I don't know why. I'm a terrible person when it comes to keeping up with people's birthdays and shit. This says Stand Tall, and this is quarterly check-in. So it gives you for January, I'm assuming. New Year's resolutions, I'm loving, I'm so grateful for the quarter ahead. My goals are personal inventory, which should be fun. This says weight, body fat, sleep, health, activity levels, do my clothes fit? Reading list, excited to experience and keep connected, which is like looking for an accountability partner and checking in, which I think is cool. I've not seen a lot of just standard planners offer this kind of health section to give you like your weight and things like that. If that's something that you're, checking on, not everybody is, but I kind of like that. There's a notes page on the back of it. And then this is January, and these dividers are like kind of laminated, but it's like a soft matte kind of laminate, and they're clear with the months printed on them. This is really nice. I like this. And then for January, it gives you some self-care suggestions, some tips about taxes, which I really appreciate. Other tips that are January, like germane to January. So talking about, some different holidays that happen in January, talking about snail mail, just some fun January specific tips. And I really like that. Then we go in to the monthly calendar. And one of the things I will say is that the size of this paper, like the size of the paper, I'm going to get my Erin Condren here as a kind of a comparative. So the size of the paper is slightly smaller. It's about the same width as an Erin Condren, but a little bit small, like shorter. Not much. What I do like is how much of the page the monthly calendar takes up. I use the shit out of my monthly calendars. It's basically where I track all of my appointments, custody. If my planner burned up, it wouldn't be the weekly pages that I decorated that I would be sad about. It would be the monthly pages. So I like that. And this is like a cursive font for the holidays that are on here. This is yellow. I'm assuming, I wonder if every month has a different color. I think it rotates. I'm not sure. Well, I guess we'll see as we look. And then there's a little section for January goals. Now we're into the daily layout. We can get like a little closer look here. So what they have is there's a section up on top that is like, it looks like a notes section. There's two kind of columns. One is just lines and one has check boxes, like for a to-do list, I'm assuming. If you go to the bottom of the daily page, you have a hourly little thing here, which I actually like this because I use a combination of both on my hourly. Like in some spots, I mark my appointments where they belong time-wise. And then in other spots, I'm just writing to fill in a to-do list because it was spare space. That's kind of cool. It says hourly from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. One thing I would like to see is, you know, an option of where it goes deeper into the morning and the night. Like I know people work different kinds of hours. Like I sometimes have things going on after 8 p.m. Very rarely have things going on before 6 a.m. though. But I know that there's the standard kind of hourly doesn't always work well for everybody's schedules. And it would be really awesome to see planners that offer maybe that kind of flexibility. I don't know how it would happen though. And then over here we have the big three, wellness and gratitude. And at the bottom of every page is a quote from someone, like an inspirational quote. This is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. And so that's how the days look. And it also, if there's a holiday, like this is New Year's Day, it says it up on top. All the days of the week look the same. And then we get to the weekend. I'm going to zoom right back in and show you what the weekend looks like. So it gives you two to-do lists rather than any sort of hourly tracker or anything. It's basically just repeating the to-do list from the other pages, although it looks like it might be a little bit bigger, have a little bit more to-dos or at least a little bit more space. I don't know. It doesn't have all the other shit like the big three and the hourly tracking. It's just a to-do list for Saturday and for Sunday, and then peek at the week, which could be like a meal plan. It could be, I don't even know. It's Monday through Sunday for the next week to give you a look ahead, which I really like. And as I'm just flipping through the month, that's basically the setup. And then we get to the end of the month, January 31st, which, spoiler alert, is my birthday. We get to February. It gives a set of like suggestions and things. But what I noticed like from the January to the February is that the categories stay the same. And I'm not really sure how they reply. So self-care suggestions, there was that. Here it is about showing yourself some loves, like buying like plants for yourself or whatever. Icing on the cake. In January, that was talking about taxes. I'm not entirely certain how that's icing because to me, that's more like garbage on the cake, but whatever. But then icing on the cake, President's Day celebrates. So it's extra, maybe it's extra information. I don't know, but this is information about President's Day and some of our presidents. The best time to buy, I know that in January is about gift cards. In February, it's about buying Broadway tickets because if you happen to be in New York, I guess February is the slow season. And then we have Feel the Love. So in January, Feel the Love was talking about essential oils. And in February, it's talking about having a better conversation with your partner. Celebrate and educate, again, holidays that happen in February. And then snail mail challenge. So each of these has a challenge for actually sending physical mail to people, which is really cool. And February's got this soft pink sort of palette. And it's the same layout all the way through. Pink, except in pink instead of yellow. Ooh! Now at the end of January, it was a month day, like a regular day. But at the end of February, they have a notes page probably because it's the months here. And it's doodle break. So it gives you a place to doodle or journal or whatever. There's lines. You can doodle or you can journal. And then for March with green, we have, again, all the different suggestions, the same categories. And then you flip through March, it's the same thing. I love this. Can I keep talking about how much I love this color scheme? And then there's a doodle break at the end of March. And then here we have another quarterly check-in. And this one looks very similar to the one at the beginning of the year, except that, where is it? Instead of New Year's resolutions, it's previous quarter's progress. And then the same things. April's color scheme is orange. Trying to not miss anything if there's anything sneaking around in here. May is purple. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my God. June is like a aqua kind of blue. And at the end of June, we have another quarterly check-in, and everything is the same as it was at the end of March. And then July, I think we're back to yellow. So maybe that's where the colors reset. Yeah. So January, so it's a 6-month color scheme, and January and July are where the color schemes start. So we have self-care suggestions. At the end of July is another doodle break. August, September, there's another doodle break and another quarterly check-in. October, which is orange, which is nice. Another doodle break. Ooh, here we go. Something new. At the end of October is a gift list, probably because you should be thinking at the end of October about your holiday gifts, because that is easier maybe on your wallet. I should probably be thinking about those right now. But as recipient gift ideas, budget and spent. Spread joy is what it says. I appreciate that. And I like it's at the end of October. So you're like, oh, I should be thinking about this. November, which has a doodle break at the end of it. And then December. I love how the soft blue really looks with December too. That's super fucking rad. All right. And then we flip through we flip through December, get to the end of the very end of the planner here. And there's finally, it ends with a doodle break. And then the back cover, which is the same kind of coated plastic and like a gray or coated cardstock. And I guess maybe the one thing I would, because of the way these covers are more vulnerable, if you put your planner in like your bag or something, this might get really beaten up. I wish that there was a plastic cover on the on the back of it, the way that there is on the front. I love the coil. This is my favorite kind of coil, this metal coil. I don't like the ones that are like the wire O binding. For some reason, I always struggle with those, but I love this coil. As for the paper, I'm going to check and see if there's actually information on the paper weight. According to the website, the paper is 60-pound weight, so it's not the thickest paper in the world, but it's a huge planner, so if they had super thick paper, this would be unmanageable by being like daily. I never expect daily planner paper to be super thick because there would, unless it's like a 6-month planner, because there wouldn't be any space for it. But I am going to do a quick little pen test just to see here. Looking for a page where I would feel good about doing a pen test because I think I want to use this planner next year is to incorporate it into my system. I'm going to use a Papermate Flare. I'm just going to write down here. I'm going to write test. There. A little bit of shadowing. Not much though. There's a Pigma Micron. No shadowing on that. And then we'll grab I'm just going to grab a blue Tool gel pen because that's what I have handy. Yeah. Maybe a little tiny bit of shadowing, but not anything that more than what I see most times. I would not, however, go to town using like Tombow markers or anything in this planner. I think this is more of a use your regular writing pens, and that's about like what you want to do, unless you want to color on sticker paper or something, which is entirely possible. You may want to do that. Another thing you can do with this planner that I did not do because it's not really something I think I need is you can do add-ins. Now they say that for these coils, 2 add-ins are the most optional, but they have several different ones. You can add in extra note pages. You can add in Bujo pages, which I think are dot grid pages. You can add in budget pages, direct sales pages, direct sales team pages, teacher pages. I'm pretty sure you can do graph pages. There's a bunch of different add-ons. You just don't want to do too many add-ons because your planner will be unmanageable. But 2 add-ons, they say, are good to go. And if I was going to do add-ons, I probably would add in the dot grid pages and maybe the budget pages. But I'm not really sure. Anyway, overall, my thoughts on this planner. I love the look of this. The color scheme is right up my alley. I love pastels. I love like florals. I love watercolors. And it's just so muted and pretty. And like, even if you like to decorate, like it's not neutral, but it's pale enough where you can add on top of it. I really like how they set the daily pages up. It's a little bit different than some of the other daily pages that I've seen, and some of the different like little thoughtful bits like these the quarterly check-in pages, the monthly tips, the offering, the peek at the week, that, you know, there's just certain things that other daily planners, some of them do, but the way this one is set up is my kind of aesthetic, and I really like that. I have not been someone who is good at using a daily planner. Weekly planners tend to be what I usually go for. However, if I was going to really get down on a daily planner, it might be one like this, because I don't know, the color, it's so pretty. I like pretty things. If I was going to offer any criticism or things that maybe I would like to add or see done with this planner, is one, like I said, the plastic overlay, if it was on the back as well, that would be really helpful to protect the back cover, or just to laminate the back cover, but that would be kind of, I don't know, that wouldn't look really right. But I think that would be a good thing. The other thing maybe I would mention, and this is a quibble I actually have with any planner that has timed slots, like hourly slots, is to offer a broader range. Like sometimes they'll go earlier, but like go later, go to like 10 p.m. There are people who work that late. But that again is something like the Erin Condren planner. It's the same way. Like there's the Erin Condren hourly planner only goes from, I think it's the same. I think it's 6 until 8 is the same hourly. Yeah, no, Erin Condren is 6 till 7. So this one goes till 8. So it's a little bit further, but having an hourly planner that builds outward. Oh, and here, let me take this thing real quick, the page marker, and just stick it on in here and see what it looks like when you close it. So it's very unobtrusive. Like it's not huge, but it still allows you to find your planner. Whoops, where'd it go? Here it is. Right away, and give you that little pocket space. So I like that. Overall, I think this is a gorgeous planner. Like it is stunning, the color scheme and everything else. And I could see, especially with the add-ins, if you're in direct sales or something, how you would be able to really personalize this and make it your own. So overall, I say bravo, KITLife. This is a fucking rad planner, and I am excited to give it a try next year, and we'll see how it goes. But thank you so much for sending it to me. Guys, this review was not sponsored. The planner was given to me, but they didn't pay me. They didn't even ask me to make a video. They just asked me to give them their thoughts, and I just do things in video form because that's how I roll. Are there any planners you're thinking about using this next year that like maybe I haven't talked about or whatever? What planner are you using in 2018? Have you even figured that out yet? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.